Good evening, Bobcats. Good evening. Welcome to Ohio University's annual Alumni Awards ceremony. We're so glad that you've joined us for this very special homecoming weekend tradition on this very soggy homecoming. You're here to help us honor our 2024 Alumni Association and Kermit Blosser Hall of Fame awardees. Thank you so much for being here in Templeton Blackburn Alumni Memorial Auditorium to celebrate with us tonight. As we gather in this special place that bears his name, let's take a moment to recognize that this year marks the 200th anniversary of John Newton Templeton's arrival at Ohio University in 1824. 1824. Thank you. Born into slavery on the cotton plantation of Thomas and Ann Newton Williamson in South Carolina, circa 1807, Templeton's family was emancipated in 1813 in accordance with Thomas's will upon his death. John Newton Templeton would go on to become Ohio University's first Black graduate in 1828. Thank you. Memorial Auditorium bears his name in honor of him and of Ohio's first female Black graduate, Martha Jane Hunley Blackburn. Their legacy and that, thank you, absolutely. Their legacy and that of all of Ohio University's Black alumni is on display in the East Portico on the African American Alumni Heritage Wall. I know that my friend Pat Ackerman is somewhere here. Thank you very much, Pat, for that legacy. This special anniversary merits special recognition and a round of applause. Thank you. I'm Jen Bowie. I'm a 1994 and 1999 graduate of the E.W. Scripps School of Journalism. Where are my Scripps grads? Thank you. It is my professional honor and privilege to serve as Associate Vice President of Alumni Relations and Annual Giving and as the Executive Director of your Ohio University Alumni Association. Thank you. Like me, each one of you has a memory of the first time you saw Ohio University's Athens campus. Student, alumni, faculty, staff, or friend, you have a story of the moment that this singular place planted itself in your brain. Even those of you who, like my kids, grew up toddling around on College Green. While I take you to that moment for me, I invite you to come along on a journey, maybe even close your eyes, and recall your first Ohio memory. It's not on a dark and stormy night, although I feel like it should be Snoopy in the dark and stormy night, but it doesn't start there. It was a warm spring day in 1990, and my mom and I were up early for the 4-hour-plus drive to Athens for my very first visit to Ohio University. This was after I'd been accepted to the only university I had applied to. I went to high school near Toledo, and as a kid, I had lived all over northern and central Ohio, but until that day, I had never been south of Columbus. There wasn't a straight path to Athens from Toledo then, not at all. And as we hit that winding rise and fall of State Route 33 South, my home state of Ohio started to look just a little bit different. And I started to hope that I was going to like the place that we were headed. There was no GPS to tell us how far we had to go, and we anticipated each mile marker. My mom saw the first one. Athens, 45 miles. Athens, 19 miles. Athens, 6 miles. And then we came around that sweeping curve near East State Street. We crossed the Hocking River on Richland Avenue, we passed Peden Stadium, and we parked near Morton. And as I got out of my mom's minivan, we felt the embrace of the hills of Athens and the warm red bricks of Ohio University, and we both knew that I was home. To each of you, these hills and these bricks say, welcome home. Now, please welcome Chair of the OUAA Board of Directors, Joe Becker.
Thank you, Jen. Thanks, everybody, for being here on this very special evening. I have been a member of the Ohio University Alumni Board since 2014. This is my second and final year as the board's chair. It's been an honor and privilege to serve in that capacity, helping to support and connect my fellow Ohio graduates with one another. Ohio alumni, and you know this, truly are a special group of people. And the OUAA, no surprise, is truly a special organization. My own Ohio story began in 1983 when I arrived in Athens, son of a single parent, first-generation college, and Pell student. I earned my BFA from the College of Fine Arts in 1987, followed 2 years later by my MFA. My work subsequent to that as a curator, author, scholar, professor has taken me all over the world, from Rome to London, to Florence, to Tokyo, to Beijing, Warsaw, even Indiana. In fact, my first trip abroad came 40 years ago this summer through an incredible program that the university had in Italy. But wherever I went and whatever else has changed in my life, my connection with Ohio University, its people, its places, its spirit was a constant. And it remains so to this day. So I'm grateful for all that Ohio has given to me, as I know you all are. Serving on this board, especially as its chair, has been a gratifying way for me to give something back. And one of its greatest joys, really, is selecting the Alumni Award recipients. I'm eager for you to meet these individuals, but first I'd like to acknowledge and thank my peers on the board and the incredible OUAA staff. Could you all stand, please? Thank you for your service. By the way, I urge all of you to find out for yourselves about getting more involved with OUAA. Please go to ohio.edu/alumni to learn just how. Before I relinquish the mic in this opportunity, I want to thank my wife, Lisa, for being with me every step of the way. I counted today, and I got to about 50 trips to Athens over the course of the last decade, and we've never lived in the state of Ohio. So it's, always been a great endeavor. And I'm so grateful to her support. She's a Falcon, but honey, you know that the only thing stronger than a Falcon is a Bobcat. So thank you all very much. Go Bobcats, and enjoy this special weekend.
Thank you so much, Joe, for your years of dedication and service. We appreciate you. So let's get tonight's celebration going by introducing you to each other. I'll be brief, I promise. Your presence here is what makes this evening special for the Ohio University family and for each of our awardees. It is important to me to acknowledge the community gathered here as we settle in to celebrate a few outstanding Bobcats. So when I mention a group that you represent, please stand as you're able, look around, maybe wave hello, shout to someone that you know, and clap a bit and then sit back down. Everybody understand? You got that? Okay, here we go. I'm going to start by asking you to give a very warm welcome to Ohio University's 23rd president, Dr. Lori Stewart Gonzalez, and her husband, Randy Gonzalez. Woo! Thank you. Let's keep those applause going as we thank Interim Vice President of University Advancement and Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. Lynn Reddington, and her husband, Mike. Thank you, Lynn. You've already met the Alumni Association Board of Directors. This is the group that sponsors the annual Alumni Awards. So I'm going to ask them all to stand again, and I'm also going to ask all of our former board members to stand. These are the Thomas Ewing Society, so go ahead and stand up. Alumni Board, current and former members. Thank you. Woo. Thank you for your service and for your support. Members of the Hall of Fame Committee, who sponsor and present the Kermit Blosser Hall of Fame Awards, would you please stand? Current and former members of the Ohio University Foundation Board of Trustees. I know there's a few of you out there. Current and former members of the Ohio University Board of Trustees. Any former recipients of Alumni Association Awards. I know there's a few of you out there. So, thank you. Any former Hall of Fame inductees? Our Ohio University faculty, executive staff, deans, administrators, and coaches from all across Ohio's campuses who make the Ohio experience possible for our students. Would you all please stand? There's a lot of fantastic faculty, staff, and administrators here. Woo! While we're talking about students, would members of the Student Alumni Board please stand? Any current student athletes? I know there are some student athletes out there. Please stand. Woo! Look at them. Look at them. Thank you. And just so we can get the visual, would all of the current Ohio students in the house please stand up? Thank you. And last, but most certainly not least, would our 2024 alumni awardees and Hall of Fame inductees and your families and your guests please stand. Woo! Woo! Thank you, each of you, for being here to support and honor tonight's awardees for everything that you do to lift up Ohio University. Please give yourselves a big round of applause. Finally, it's my honor to introduce you to tonight's Master of Ceremonies. He's a legend in the world of sports broadcasting and a fellow Bobcat, Chuck Swirsky. Chuck is a 1976 Ohio Communications graduate and is in his 27th season as an NBA broadcaster and his 17th as radio play-by-play announcer for the Chicago Bulls. Thank you. He joined the Bulls from the Toronto Raptors, where he served as the team's television radio play-by-play announcer for 10 seasons. Chuck's experience included stints calling games for the University of Michigan and DePaul University. There's got to be some Michigan fans in the house. He also served as sports director for WJR-AM in Detroit, where he anchored the pregame and postgame shows for the Detroit Red Wings and the University of Michigan football team. Chuck rose to prominence while serving as the sports director for WGN-AM in Chicago from 1982 to 1994. He was the host of the Chicago Bears radio network, the Bears, for 10 years and held similar responsibility for the Chicago Cubs radio network for 12 seasons. He was also the Bulls' public address announcer from 1980 to 1983. Chuck is a member of the Chicago Sports Hall of Fame, along with the WGN Radio Walk of Fame, the Illinois Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Fames, and the National Bobblehead Hall of Fame, which, I mean, if it were me, I would leave it that. That would be at the top of my resume. Anyway, as we begin the celebration of our 2024 alumni awardees, please join me in welcoming Chuck Swirsky.
Jen, thanks very much. Hey, listen, when I was doing Michigan, we did beat Ohio State, okay? So thank you. By the way, in our audience tonight is a future member of the Alumni Board, and Bill Keenis is with us. Bill, where are you? Could you stand up? Bill Keenis has a sports background. He was with the Pirates. He was with the Detroit Lions, but takes absolutely he's distancing himself from the year they went 0-16. That was a long year. Anyway, it's great to be here. They couldn't find anybody from the 70s because we're all dead. So they said, hey, come on, help us. So how many people are here from the 70s, by the way? Thank you. I loved the 70s. In fact, I was here at Memawd. Bruce Springsteen sang here, and the place was packed. It was awesome. And I had a great time. At least I remember I had a great time. And I will say this. In fact, a lot of things have changed. I still carry a picture of myself with hair. I did have hair back in the day. So I went to WOUB today, and I love WOUB. I practically paid rent there. I was there morning, noon, and night. I ran into a student, and they said, wow, like, tell me about yourself. And I said, you know, we had a great time. They said, what was the internet back then? I said, we didn't have the internet. You didn't have the internet? How did you communicate? On a cell phone? We didn't have a cell phone. Well, what did you use? I said, we used a phone with a cord, like, hello? And we had reel-to-reel tapes. And they said, wow, that's unbelievable. I said, it is believable because I was there. But, you know, I have to tell you that the Ohio University experience, when I was here in Athens, it was life-changing. I love the university. I love the campus. I mean, walking around today, even in the rain, and I love the rain because it makes everything green. And, you know, I just can't say enough about the indelible mark Ohio University left on my soul. And, you know, the football team, they play Akron tomorrow. The football team, by the way, won 10 games last year. Well, guess what? When I was in school, we won 10 games. It only took us 4 years to do it. Just saying. So first up this evening, the Ohio University Alumni Association, proud to partner with Intercollegiate Athletics to recognize the 2024 class of inductees to the Kermit Blosser Ohio Athletics Hall of Fame. And just a side note on this, I took a class from Kermit Blosser. A lot of respect for Mr. Blosser. Back in the day, he was phenomenal. And so it was a golf class. I mean, he did it all at Ohio U. He was in different sports. He was a legend, a true legend. And so I took a golf course, and I took it my last quarter. We were on a quarter system then. He comes to me after the first day of golf classes, and he says, Chuck, you got a second? I said, yes, Mr. Blosser. This is a true story. And he said, let me ask you a question. Are you doing pass-fail in this class? And I said, yes, why? He said, because if I was to grade you, you would be coming back the next quarter because your golf swing is the worst I've ever seen. I said, okay, but I did pass the course, so thanks to Mr. Blosser. But we have some amazing Bobcats with us tonight. But before we do that, let's take a moment to remember Matt Ngolke. In his own lovely acceptance speech here last year, Matt talked a lot about gratitude. He also referenced ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, which he had been diagnosed with. Matt died of that disease in May, and please join me now in a moment of silence in Matt's memory. Thank you. Now to the Hall of Fame. Ohio's Athletic Hall of Fame for Bobcat greats, established in 1965. In 2006, it was renamed for the standout Ohio student, athlete, and coach, Kermit Blosser. Blosser not only became Ohio's first national champion wrestler in 1932, he also led the Bobcats on the gridiron to a 24-1-1 record, a tradition of excellence we hope to continue tomorrow at Peden Stadium. Let's give it up for the Bobcats, huh? Yes. Really? You can do better than that. Let's give it up for the Bobcats. There you go. All right. That was better, thank you. The Kermit Blosser Hall of Fame honors outstanding athletes, coaches, staff, administrators, maybe one day broadcasters, who have brought recognition to Ohio University through their significant athletic accomplishments. And I'd like to invite Dr. Tom Davis, chair of our Hall of Fame committee, to help me present these awards to our recipients. Our first Hall of Fame inductee is Julie Accurso. And Julie was a notable member of the Ohio women's cross country and track and field teams from 2011 to 2014, a three-time cross country All-American, a three-time All-Mid-American Conference honoree, a three-time MAC champ, and earned the 2011 All-Ohio Championship title. She's also a 3-time MAC indoor track and field champ, a 3-time MAC outdoor track and field champ. In other words, she's really good. Wow. In addition to her success in conference competition, she also represented Ohio at the 2013 and 2014 NCAA Outdoor First Round Regionals, was named a second-team Indoor All-American in 2012. She also holds the program record, several cross-country and track and field events at Ohio U. Her school records include the indoor 3,000 meters, the indoor and outdoor 5,000 meters, the indoor distance medley relay, and the women's cross-country 5K and 6K. I wonder if she wore a Fitbit back then. You've got 88,000 miles. Great. Okay, let me join, please, and welcome to our stage Julie Accurso. Julie. Thanks, Julie.
Hello. I'm excited to kick off the awardee remarks tonight, and it's quite humbling being up here because, as you are going to learn, there is a remarkable group of Bobcats being awarded tonight who have incredible accomplishments and contributions to OU. So thank you for allowing me to be part of this evening, and I'm really excited. So all of the awardees are being recognized and celebrated for a particular characteristic. I'm here for running, and I'm very grateful to my coaches who are here tonight, Mitch and Clay, for creating opportunity for me to grow as a runner at OU. But even more so than that, I'm very grateful for them for creating opportunity for me to grow outside of running while at OU. And so that is what I want to talk about tonight. And in order to do that, I have to talk about the spring of 2012. That was an important season if you were a runner because the end of the season was the Olympic Trials. The Olympic Trials is a track meet where you qualify for the Olympics, which that summer was in London. And so even if you don't make the Olympic team, as a college athlete, that's a really important race to showcase your abilities and to get on the fast track of a professional running career after school. And in 2012, I was having a breakout year. And had I shown up that season and competed, there would have been opportunities that at the time felt completely unreachable at my fingertips. But I was not there. I did not compete. You did not find me on the track that spring because earlier in the year, I had sat down with Mitch and Clay, and I had asked them to grant me a redshirt season that spring because I double majored in French and linguistics, and I wanted to spend 5 months in France studying and working there for those degrees. And so while we are known as student athletes, I think Mitch and Clay might have been the only Division I college coaches to permit a redshirt season in an Olympic year for an academic pursuit. So on paper, my running trajectory kind of paused or pivoted during that time that I was in France because I wasn't competing and I wasn't racing. What's not in my bio summary, though, is that during that time in France, I had the most impactful experience of my life. I was studying abroad with the French department at OU, and I know that that's a bold statement to make, and I make that without hyperbole. So while I wasn't running, I was seeing the world in a different way through a French and linguistics lens. My self-identity was clarified during that time. I also discovered who my husband would be, who's also a Bobcat, while I was in France. And the seeds for my current career path were planted during that time as well. And so by taking a step back from running that spring and taking a step into my academic pursuits, it allowed me to awaken and strengthen different parts of my being. It allowed me to rest the tired ones. And ultimately, it allowed me to come back to OU that fall for 2 more years of All-American honors and school and conference and regional records. Is that music? Or, oh, great. Well, great. That's fantastic. Yeah. I know. So why am I telling you this? I just want to thank Mitch and Clay for valuing me as a student and an athlete, because the NCAA is crazy right now, and there's a lot changing, and the meaning of student athlete doesn't quite mean what it used to. And I think with that, that's my daughter crying right now. But there's an opportunity for coaches to change what it means to be a student athlete, to have more experiences like mine. Thank you.
All right, congratulations, Julie. That was a 3,000-meter speech. I loved it. All right, great job. Our next Kermit Blausser Hall of Fame inductee is Emily Bresser-Hobel. Emily Bresser-Hobel, a member of the Ohio women's swim team from 1997 to 2001. Emily, why don't you come up on stage here, and let's welcome Emily. Emily Bresser-Hobel was a member of the Ohio women's swim team from 1997 to 2001, served as team captain from 2001. Bresser-Hobel is a 220-time Mid-American Conference champion, third highest in MAC history, a 5-time MAC and Ohio School record holder. Boy, you were really good. A 4-time first-team All-MAC honoree, undefeated in the 200 backstrokes at the Mid-American Conference tournament, and throughout her 4 years at Ohio University, named the 2001 Mid-American Conference Outstanding Senior Swimmer of the Year, earned Mid-American Conference Commissioner's Award, received the MAC Presidential Award in 2000-2001, and throughout her collegiate career, she ranked in the top 50, top 75 in the United States for multiple events, never placed below third place in any Mid-American Conference event. Wow. Bresser-Hobel also qualified for the United States Olympic team trials. Please join me in welcoming Emily Bresser-Hobel.
Thank you. It's just Athens. I say the word Athens, and it just makes me beam. I'm just so happy to be back in Athens. There's just no place like it, and I think all of you would probably agree. When I drive around the corner coming from Route 32 and I see the Convocation Center come into view, I just get the goosebumps. Even when I just think about it, I get the goosebumps. There's just nothing like it. There's just so many memories here, so many stories, so many condemned student houses. So much fun. So much fun. I always tell people when I talk about Ohio University, I say it was a beautifully landscaped bubble with my friends and no real responsibilities and too many bars. You know, that was just how I explained it. Anyway, I would love to thank the Alumni Association for this honor. I am truly humbled for this honor because my time here in Athens on the swim team was just the most special time that I could ever imagine. People think that swimming is an individual sport, and most of the time it is, but for me, it really wasn't here in my experience. I came here because I loved the team, like the team atmosphere, the team aspect, and it was that team that helped me excel. Yes, I had 20 MAC titles, but 15 of them were in relays. Our Ohio women's team won every single relay all 4 years that I was at OU. And that's a dynasty, and we didn't know it. I mean, that's awesome. We didn't even realize we were a dynasty, but it was that team. I had teammates that chanted my name before I dove in on a relay. I had teammates laugh with me during absurd swimming practices where we didn't think we would get through it, but we did because we helped and encouraged each other. And I'm not just talking about the women's team. The men's team was just as influential in my career here as the women. I could stand up here and thank so many people and tell so many stories, but to keep it brief, I'm just going to thank the few that are here. Stephanie Wakefield and Anna Milligan, who lived in one of those aforementioned condemned student houses with me. Doug Grieb, who was one of those who always chanted my name as I went in for a relay. My mom, who's over there beaming, and my sister Karen, who came to as many swim meets as they could. My kids, Reese and Kate, who keep me grounded and talk about the 1900s like it's completely ancient. And my husband, Marshall, my better half, who I met when I was still in my wild OU phase, and yet he stuck with me. So this was the greatest 4 years with the greatest people, and I am forever grateful. So thank you so much. OU is home, forever Ohio, and forever a Bobcat. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations again, Emily. Our next Kermit Blosser Hall of Fame inductee tonight is Jeremy Johnson. Jeremy, come on up on the stage, please. Thank you. Jeremy Johnson, a member of the Ohio wrestling team from 2009 to 14, a four-time NCAA qualifier, earned All-American honors in 2012, 2014, seventh in the NCAA, named the Mid-American Conference Freshman of the Year in 2011, two-time MAC heavyweight champ, placed third at the 2011 and 2013 conference championships. Johnson, a four-time academic All-American, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Academic All-MAC team in 13 and 14, a member of the Junior Freestyle World Team in 2010, fifth place in the United States. He ranks first on Ohio's all-time list for career record and single-season wins, third on Ohio's all-time list for career falls and single-season falls, served as team captain from 2012 to 2014. Please join me in welcoming Jeremy Johnson.
Alrighty, I'll try quickly to beat the music here, but first and foremost, just want to say congratulations to the other Hall of Fame inductees. Got to know you guys over the course of today, and just not only great athletes, but great human beings as well with families, and really, really cool. So it is an incredible honor to be inducted into the Ohio University Athletics Hall of Fame. I want to extend my deepest thank you to the Hall of Fame committee, as well as my coaches, my family and friends who have supported me along the way. This moment is truly humbling, and I am forever grateful. Reflecting on my journey at Ohio University, I think back to when I was just a young wrestler with ambitions, uncertain of path ahead. Wrestling just wasn't a sport for me, it was a lifeline. Growing up, my environment wasn't filled with great influences or positive influences, which at times could have derailed my ambitions. But then came wrestling, a game changer, a life changer. Through wrestling, I learned discipline, dedication, and the value of hard work. Success is not a matter of luck, but it's perseverance and willingness to push beyond your limits. The sport also introduced me to some incredible role models, coaches, teammates, and mentors who all embody values of integrity, determination, and respect. Their influence not only impacted my career as an athlete, but my life. Today, I am a proud teacher and coach. Both of these roles are deeply connected to my wrestling journey. I look to be a mentor just as my mentors were to me. My goal is to help them see their true potential and kind of navigate their own path to success. Ohio University and the Ohio University Bobcat program played crucial roles in shaping who I am today. The dedication of the coaching staff, the bond with my teammates, and the rigorous training all developed and were directed towards my personal overall growth. As I accept this honor, I want to thank anybody who's been a part of my journey. Again, Coach Greenlee, Coach Hansen, staff, my teammates who I've developed great bonds with, not only now, but back then when we were grinding it in the wrestling room. And my family and friends, my wife Stephanie, my daughter Kinsley. She's the one that's been screaming the whole time, by the way. To the young athletes, not just wrestlers, just remember, with hard work and the right support system, you can achieve far more than you ever imagined. Thank you, and go Bobcats.
Well, I'll tell you what, one thing about Jeremy, I mean, that guy is built, he was so big. He was born October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. My goodness, wow. Okay, moving right along here, sports fans. Our next Kermit Blouser Hall of Fame inductee tonight, the recipient of the Glenn C. Randall Lifetime Achievement Award, Carlton Slugger White II. Carlton. Carlton Slugger White played for Ohio's men's golf team, graduated from the university in 1971. Give me a fist bump, 1970s, yeah. Okay, White was a member of the teams, won the Mid-American Conference 69 and 71, third individually in the 69 championships, ninth in the 1970s, sixth at the 71 championships. Following his collegiate career, he competed professionally in the 1975 U.S. Open. You know, I could use a golf tip or two, really, so we'll talk afterwards. And he won the 75 Metropolitan Open. He played in the 1976 U.S. Open, won a number of mini-tour events, was the winner of the 1980 New Jersey PGA. He then went on to work for the PGA, starting as a tournament official from 1982 through 98, and from 98, 2008, when the manager of the field rules team, was appointed as the vice president of the rules and competition in 2008. In 2016, he was inducted into the West Virginia Golf Association Hall of Fame. Let's join in welcoming Carlton Slugger White II.
Thank you. Those three are going to be a tough act to follow, I know that. Thank you, Chuck, for that wonderful introduction. First of all, I'd just like to thank the Hall of Fame committee. This is such a humbling honor for me. I get a little emotional. I usually have a little towel because I cry at mall openings, so sorry. I'm very appreciative. It's a humbling experience standing in front of you to accept this very, very special award. I also want to thank Kermit Blouser, who was my coach for 4 years, and he gave me the opportunity to represent the Ohio University golf team. And I just want to, thanks, Coach. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I think back at my time at OU, and I cherish those 4 years and a quarter, I think. What a great place to spend my college years and establish lifelong friends, some of whom are amongst us tonight in the audience, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you. A big thank you to everyone for attending, and thank you once again, the Hall of Fame Committee, for this honor, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Go Bobcats.
You know, when Carlton, as a professional golfer, it's like when he's at a party and someone finds out you're a professional golfer. It's like almost being like a doctor when you just want to go to a party, enjoy yourself, and someone finds out you're a doctor. Hey, you know, I've got a bad back, and I don't want to take a lot of your time. It must be the same way for Carlton. You know, I've got a backswing that I just can't hit the ball straight. But really, those are quite some accomplishments, so thank you very much. Our final Kermit Blouser Hall of Fame inductee tonight is the 1975 Ohio University softball team. Yes. It was a powerhouse offense. And I was here, and they were awesome, especially the pitching, sound defense. They went 16-1 in regular season record. You know, back in Chicago, the White Sox can lose for the 121st time tonight, which is a major league record. And so they obviously did not have a recipe from the 75 softball team here. But they were awarded a berth in the Association for Intercollegiate Athletics, the AIAW World Series. They placed 8th after competing against Mankato State, North Dakota, East Stroudsburg, and Michigan State. Several members of the 75 softball team set individual program records, hitting, pitching, defense. That team was led by first-year head coach Nancy Schwab, who went on to record 60 wins with Ohio, ranked 2nd for winning percentage, and accepting the award on behalf of the team is Lana Carhu. And please join me in welcoming Lana. Lana?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to speak on behalf of my team. Not all of us could come up here, but I was elected to do it. So here we go. So in the spring of 1975, we accepted our second invitation to the College World Series. Although we were also invited in 1974 and we were undefeated that year, the funds just weren't available for us to go. But since only the best teams in the country were invited to the World Series, we're all very proud to say that we were invited twice. So. We came to Ohio University from small towns throughout the state to further our education, to play softball and other sports. In those days, we did not enjoy all the fabulous facilities that we have today. We played on a field out on Mill Street that we shared with field hockey and lacrosse. We traveled to away games in our own cars, and for home games, we were the ones who prepared the field, lined them, put the bases out. But through that hard work and our athleticism, we really gelled as a team. Our pitchers, as Chuck said, were very good. Our hitters were powerful. Our defense was punishing. We beat every team in the state and beyond, and we relished the times that we played Ohio State because we beat them every time. Yeah. In those days, the women's sports movement was in its early stages, but thanks to the efforts of many, Title IX, the federal law ensuring equal opportunity in education, including sports, was signed into law in 1972. Its mandate percolated up through schools and universities throughout the country, and in no small part led to us going to the 1975 World Series. Athletic Director Barbara Berry championed our cause and ensured our berth with her fundraising and administrative efforts. She's here tonight, and we thank her. All right. We also thank our coach, Nancy Schwab Welch, for leading us to the World Series. It was an amazing experience. It was our Olympic moment, and it forever shaped us and the lives of our future students and families. To this day, we are the only Ohio softball team to reach the World Series. Many of us, a lot of us, come back every year, sometimes twice a year, to encourage each successive softball team to keep on reaching and to demonstrate that team friendships can thrive for 50 years. We are now successful educators, coaches, sports officials, and professionals. We love Ohio University. We love supporting our alma mater, and we also love spending time together. We're very thankful to Jenna Hall, the current softball coach, and all the softball coaches who have invited us back throughout the years. They planned team get-togethers with us, and they honored us as pioneers. We're forever thankful to the alumni and Hall of Fame committees and associations, as well as the Ohio Athletic Department for this amazing recognition and honor. And I'd like to introduce you to my teammates. They're all sitting right here. Please hold your applause until I'm done. Coach Nancy Shaw-Welch. I'll try to go quicker. Corrine Brown. Assistant coach. Seniors, Deborah Leitenheimer-Moore, March Fetro, Peg Amos. Two seniors couldn't be here. They are Susan Reed and Sharon Morell. Juniors, Deborah West, Sherry Klein Stockmaster, Cindy Kinman Dye, Janelle Rowell Nelson, Nancy Thorne, Susan Shepard, Vala Crabtree Wilkerson. Margie Lehman could not be here, but also freshmen who are here, Deidre Henry Bartimus, and our kind of team glue, our engine who makes us come back every year and who helped make this happen, Needy Burris. Thank you. Go Bobcats!
Thanks very much. Can we give one more round of applause? Because I'll tell you what, women's sports has taken off in our country, and I am so delighted to see what's happening in our world. And thank you to Ohio University and this team especially for laying the groundwork for generations to come. So thank you. We are going to move on to the presentation of the 2024 Alumni Awards. Since 1940, Bobcats have gathered to present these awards to the most distinguished members of our university community, yet another Ohio tradition, and we're so proud to carry on. I want to thank Executive Director of the Ohio University Alumni Association, Jen Bowie, the OUAA Board Chair, Joseph Becker, along with the chair of the OUAA Alumni Awards Committee, Zach Horn. They will assist with the presentation of awards. So the Bobcats we celebrate this evening represent the very best of Ohio University. Through their achievements and their service to their alma mater, their communities, and the world, it is our honor to recognize each of them tonight. We begin with a special recognition reserved for those members of the Ohio family who may not have graduated from Ohio University, but who have supported the institution and their community. The architect, designer, and sculptor, Maya Lin, may not be an Ohio graduate, but her roots are here. She was born in Athens in 1959. Both her parents were Ohio faculty members. Her mother, a professor of literature. Her father, the dean of the College of Fine Arts. Lynn would vault to national fame in 1981 for her first work, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C., and while still an undergraduate at Yale, go on to a remarkable career in art and architecture with designs, installations, exhibits across the nation and beyond. The award she is receiving tonight is just one of many, including a National Medal of Arts in 2009 and the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016. This year, we are honored to present the 2024 Honorary Alum Award to Maya Lin. Let's give Ms. Lin a round of applause, please. Maya cannot be with us here tonight, but she did share a brief note of thanks, which I will read. Quote, "I am touched and honored to be a part of this year's Bobcat Homecoming Weekend, and I'm sorry I cannot join you in person. OU and Athens hold a dear place in our family's hearts and in our memories, and my brother Tan and I love coming back to visit. So I am very sorry that I find myself halfway around the world at this time. I will always feel deeply connected to both OU and Athens and the Hocking Hills, and I'm so pleased to be a part of this year's Alumni Awards ceremony. Once again, Maya Lynn." Our next award is the Charles J. and Clara O. Ping Recent Graduate Award. Established in 1990, renamed to honor President Emeritus Ping and his wife Claire in 1994, this award presented to alumni whose Ohio education has been a factor in outstanding accomplishments achieved within 15 years of earning their first bachelor degree. It is my pleasure to present one of the 2024 Charles J. and Claire O. Ping Recent Graduate Awards to Jeremy Wright. Jeremy, come on up. With a Bachelor of Science in Health and Master of Health Administration from Ohio University, Jeremy has had a remarkable career. He is committed to Ohio University as evidenced by his service on panels, hosting learning trips, and organizing networking events for students. We have Jeremy recognition as a recipient of the Ohio University Ebony Bobcat Network. The Professional Alumni Award in 2022 reflects his impact on the university community. A lifelong learner, he's an alumnus of the Chicago Urban League and the University of Chicago Booth School of Business Impact Leadership Development Fellowship, and is certified with the John Maxwell Trainer, Speaker, and Coach. He's also spent more than a decade working in community health as a regional operations director for Cook County Health, has demonstrated exceptional leadership during the pandemic, overseeing clinics and directing mass vaccination efforts. Jeremy's commitment to service extends way beyond his professional endeavors, as demonstrated by his recognition with the Difference Maker Award for his service as a commissioner in his Chicago Business District, and the Individual Leadership Award from the United Way of Metro Chicago. As one Chicagoan to another, thank you. And let's revisit now an opportunity to learn more about Jeremy and the impact Ohio University had. Let's congratulate Jeremy Wright. Jeremy. Thank you. Go Bulls.
Really an honor to have you here. I'm so excited to meet you, so I'm fanning out a little bit about our wonderful Chicago Bulls and Chuck here. But I am deeply humbled to be receiving this award. Thank you to the Alumni Association, my friend and nominator, Ebony Porter, and my mom who traveled with me from Chicago. Hey, you all. It has always amazed me that I came to a PWI in Ohio to experience some of the greatest examples of Black excellence and community that I had ever seen. Walking on these bricks, the foundational bricks of community building were laid for my career. I came at a historic time, being a part of one of the largest Black classes to be admitted since the 70s. It was the inaugural year of the Urban Scholarship. We had our first Black university president, Roderick McDavis, and the first Black president of the United States was elected. We often joke that although all our classmates were white, all the presidents were Black. So, I remember that despite President McDavis having a remarkable presidency, he entered the position with opposition. There were protests, and it was then that I got my first taste of advocacy in the community while donning my I Support McDavis t-shirt. As I became a leader on campus mentoring younger students, I realized that I could be someone's example of Black excellence. I could be what President McDavis was for me. With this epiphany, I built my career. I was hired by both of my internships and returned to OU for my master's. I became the youngest regional director at one of the largest community health networks in the country, and I am currently an executive director at another. I am the CEO of Thrift LLC, which is a community thrift store and event space that carries the products of 17 other Black businesses. My pivotal experience at OU is why I mentor, teach, and organize. It's why I know the power of opportunities and representation. I pray that as the landscape surrounding affirmative action and diversity evolves, the university remains committed to providing these opportunities coupled with representation. Receiving an opportunity and seeing representation is what got me here. I only hope we can continue to provide pathways and that I can be someone else's example. Thank you.
Jeremy, can I get you back on stage for a second? Jeremy, just come back for just a second. I got to tell you what, this guy's styling tonight, right? Look, he's got Bobcat green, but I'm digging the shoes. Can you go out in front? There you go. Like, really, I'm not worthy here. I got nothing.
Shout out to Faces. I was the president of Faces modeling, so yeah.
Go. All right, Jeremy, thank you. And by the way, since Jeremy's from Chicago, our starting point guard with the Bulls is Kobe White, and we're looking for a backup point guard. So I'm just saying, okay. Let's see, let's move on. Established in 1982, the Distinguished Service Award honors alumni who have supported Ohio University with their time, talent, treasures. Tonight's honorees are Bobcats through and through, who champion Ohio University students, the faculty, the programs. They celebrate our achievements and embrace their roles as proud alumni. So tonight's first Distinguished Service Award goes to Eldon Hall, Jr. Eldon. Ever since he graduated with a BA in economics from the College of Arts and Sciences in 1969, his support has been instrumental in shaping the educational experiences of countless students. His philanthropic endeavors, including the establishment of the Eldon L. Hall Jr. and Susan Hall Scholarship Fund in Economics in 2008, a deep-seated belief in transformative power of education. His recent milestone contributions surpassing the 7-figure lifetime giving mark. 7-figure, let's give it up, huh? That's awesome. Empowering future generations. His leadership extends beyond the financial support, evidenced by his establishment of a learning fund for the economics department, and that is fantastic. This fund created a collaboration with his wife, Susan, engaging in internships, study abroad programs, research endeavors, other enriching experiences that broaden their horizons. So thank you. Furthermore, his dedication to student success shines through initiatives such as a programming fund for scholarship recipients, fostering a sense of community and support among Hall scholars. Through his enduring generosity and commitment to educational experience, Eldon Hall exemplifies the spirit of philanthropic endeavors and service, leaving a legacy of empowerment and opportunity at Ohio University. So please join in congratulating Eldon Hall, Jr.
Thank you, Chuck, for that introduction. I'm a little embarrassed by all that, but I am deeply honored to be here, stand before you to receive this honor. It's a great privilege. I want to thank the Ohio Alumni Association for their recognition. It is something I'll cherish for the rest of my life. I want to express my gratitude to David Johnson, who's in the audience, for the nomination. I appreciate his work. He's been very helpful to us in finding ways to expand our scholarship program. It's been very helpful. I also want to thank the dedication of the Ohio University staff for putting on this wonderful celebration of Ohio University's excellence. It's wonderful. I also want to recognize my wife, Susan. We've been married for 53 years. Unfortunately, she's a graduate of that school up north, the Ohio State University. Otherwise, she would have her name on the plaque as well. I will say that Susan and I are the proud graduates of not one, but 2 Ohio University students. Susan's been our partner. We've done this together. It's been a great trip. Thank you, Susan. Both of us look forward to continuing our journey and our support to the students of Ohio University. It's not only great for the students, but it's great for me as well. Thank you.
Congratulations, Eldon. You know, there are individuals like Eldon that comes around who can not only talk the talk, but also walk the walk. And thank you again on behalf of all of us at Ohio University. Wow, that's great. By the way, before we get to Constance Lawson Davis, can we just thank all the men and women in the back for putting all the lights and the mics and our pianists and everyone. This is a major production, so thank you. Constance Patricia Lawson Davis was born and raised, educated in Cleveland. She graduated from East High, ranking 7th in a class of 180, followed her older brother, Jay Ronaldo, who had a BS in Ed in '65 to Athens, receiving her BS Ed with a major in English in June of 1967. After teaching junior high school English for 6.5 years, she enrolled at Kent State University in 1973 to pursue her master's in library science. Her first library position at the Montclair Public Library led to her becoming an active member of the American Library Association. She served and chaired several committees, engaged in planning programs for annual conferences, and became a member of the executive board of the Young Adult Library Services Association of ALA. A casual conversation with an alum librarian led to reestablishing her Ohio connection in 2001, and since then, she has been privileged to meet presidents, deans, VPs, countless other faculty and staff, and forge connections which encouraged and nurtured fellow Bobcats. Among her many Ohio activities, Constance has chaired the Ohio University Women's Club of Greater Cleveland Ways and Means Committee, served on its executive board from 2004 to 2013, served on the Alumni Association Board of Directors for 6 years, mentored student and alumni board members, participated in the Volunteer Alumni Admissions Network. Yes, we need more volunteers, by the way, not only at Ohio U, but in our country. And she is a founding member and officer of the Ohio University Ebony Bobcat Network. And just a little side note, my mom was a 3rd grade school teacher, rest her soul, but she was also the school's librarian. How she managed to do both, I will never know, but I have a great deal of respect for librarians like Constance Lawson Davis. Constance?
Well, the first thing that I'd like to say is that I am a very proud graduate of the Patton College of Education. And every person sitting out there owes a debt of gratitude to an educator somewhere. So let's give it up for educators. I thank you, I say thank you to the Ohio University Board of Directors, the Ohio University Alumni Association Board of Directors, for selecting me for this award. And an even bigger thank you to the Ohio University Women's Club of Greater Cleveland, where it all began. The conversation that I had was with a fellow librarian. We were sitting at the desk, and you say, well, where did you go to school, Ohio University? Well, I went to Ohio University. Well, when were you there? Well, I was there from whatever, I can't remember now. And she said, I was there at the same time. So that's how this all began. So I owe a big debt of gratitude to Karen Johnson Shalcross, who got me involved in this whole thing. And from there, it just grew. I started out going to a book discussion group, and the rest is history. Okay. All right. I wrote this thing, and it doesn't look familiar. As I listened to the other awardees and their requirements, I said, why am I here? Ohio University produces some of the best and brightest individuals, I think, in this country. And I am just so grateful for having the opportunity to interact with some of the most fantastic students, alums, administrators, and faculty and staff ever. It has been a privilege and an inspiration for me to see their endless dedication and growth. Can I just have a show of hands of anybody that I've interacted with while, I was volunteering? Every hand raised is a blessing. It's been my privilege to get to know you, and I can't even begin to tell you how you've enriched my life. So I'd like to say that every minute and every mile of service that I have invested has been rewarded by lasting friendships, hours of laugh, and too many hugs to count. I often say that everything in life is a trade-off. You never get something without giving up something else. So I've seen cherished friends leave only to be rewarded as new ones arrive. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank my parents who saw college as a plan, not an option, my brother who paved the way for me, and God who ordered my steps on every mile of this journey. May He continue to bless us all. Thank you so much.
Constant, you are styling tonight. I love the green outfit. Thank you very, very much. I don't know if anyone from the athletic department is here, but I got an idea. It's homecoming. I know it's too late now, but maybe we should start a tradition that on homecoming, the Bobcats wear all green uniforms. You're not feeling that? I think, hey, you know what? It's homecoming. Let's wear green. Okay. Yeah, that didn't go over too well. Okay. Our final Distinguished Service Award goes to Ken Rushi. Ken, come on up. So this is going to be like alphabet soup, so just stay with me. With a BSED from OU, a PT degree from Ohio State, and an MED from the University of Cincinnati, Ken's expertise spans also physical therapy, athletic training. I mean, you were covering it all. And his unwavering support for the Bobcats, very evident. His participation in the athletic events, leadership roles within the Ohio U Alumni Board of Directors, where he served from 2014 to 2020. His dedication to student development, exemplified by his role as the clinical coordinator of the Ohio University Physical Therapy Program, a position he holds at Oxford Physical Therapy, a company he co-founded with 12 locations throughout greater Cincinnati. His commitment to philanthropic needs and wants and community engagement is unparalleled. He's endowed the Kenneth Ray Rushi Athletic Training Scholarship and so generous, donating various areas within Ohio University athletics. His impact extends to his childhood community, where he was inducted into the Reading High School Athletic Hall of Fame and led initiatives such as construction of an athletic weight room. I need to get in that weight room, by the way, don't you think? Yeah. Assistant in many other accomplishments, assistant athletic trainer for Ohio University and the Detroit Lions, part-time assistant athletic trainer for the Oilers, Cincinnati Reds, director of physical therapy and sports medicine, both with the Department of Orthopedics, the UC College of Medicine, the Wellington Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, an assistant professor with the University of Texas Medical Branch Department of Physical Therapy. I'm running out of wind in my lungs. He's also been inducted into the Ohio Athletic Trainers Hall of Fame in Grover Center. Yes, Grover Center. Please join me in congratulating Distinguished Service Award recipient Ken Rushi. Ken.
Well, I'm out of breath. That wore me out. Thank you very much for that nice introduction. I would like to thank the Ohio University Alumni Association for honoring me tonight with this prestigious award. Also, a big thanks to Stacey Taylor, who thought enough of me to nominate me for the award, and congratulations to all the other award winners tonight. What a special evening this is in this historic building where I actually took Biology 101 with 300 freshmen and attended, and all you 70s will remember this, attended Friday night movies for 25 cents. And I can still hear the people way in the back that would holler, "Focus!" Why OU? In high school, I was interested in sports medicine and athletics. Eddie Biles coached football at Xavier University, and he was friends with Coach Bill Hess here at OU. A visit was set up with head athletic trainer Al Hart, and the rest is history. I fell in love with the university, the people, Athens, and my wife Jody, who I met here. I have met many mentors and lifelong friends at Ohio who have made huge impacts on me and my career. A huge thanks to them all. First of all, head athletic trainer Al Hart, who started and guided me on my career in sports medicine. Skip Vossler, who followed Al Hart, was the head athletic trainer my junior and senior years. Skip also hired me as his assistant athletic trainer after I graduated from physical therapy school. Unfortunately, OU didn't have PT school then, so I had to go a little bit north to get my physical therapy degree, so I apologize for that. And then Skip also recommended me as the assistant athletic trainer for the Detroit Lions, which I did receive that position a few years later. Larry Starr was an assistant athletic trainer with OU my freshman year, and he left to become the head athletic trainer of the Cincinnati Reds. Larry hired me as a part-time assistant athletic trainer with the Reds, where he mentored me and taught me about baseball, sports medicine. And Larry had a few other guys that also mentored me. Their names were Bench, Morgan, Rose, and Griffey. Gary Lake, assistant athletic trainer at Ohio University my junior and senior year, taught me so much about athletic injuries and their treatment. One of my best teachers, we talk about teachers, Dr. Fritz Hagerman. He taught anatomy, physiology, exercise physiology, and the backbone of sports medicine. Dean James Lavery, who worked with me and a colleague to establish a pre-physical therapy track so we could make application to physical therapy schools. And great coaches, administrators who mentored me during my 4 years as a Bobcat. Bill Rohr, Bill Hess, Jim Snyder, Harry Huska, Jerry France, and Tiff Cook, who was the men's soccer coach. And Tiff invited me to be the student athletic trainer with the team on an 18-day playing tour in England. This was a memory of a lifetime, and the guys still call me when they get hurt asking for advice over the phones. And I'd like to thank to all the players on all the teams that respected me for my knowledge and help as an athletic trainer and physical therapist. My Ohio University experience was one of the greatest periods of my life. It helped shape my career in sports medicine, as I currently co-own 12 physical therapy centers in the greater Cincinnati area. There's nothing better than be able to give back to the university that means so much to me. One of the speakers earlier talked about a bubble. I kind of call it, this is La La Land. And when I cross the Hocking River and see the Convo and Peden Stadium, I'm back in La La Land, I'm 22, and life is great. So giving back through scholarships, mentoring students, recruiting students, and donating to the programs that are near and dear to Jody and my heart is so important. And also to the university that gave me my best friend, Jody. To close, I love you all, OU. I will always love you, OU. And let's hear, OU! 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 Thanks, Ohio.
Congratulations again. You know, during that period of time when Ken and I kind of crossed paths a little bit, but some of the coaches he mentioned, I happened to be here, and while I was doing work at WOUB as a student sports reporter, Bill Rohr, our athletic director, tremendous man, class all the way, Big Daddy Bill Hess, Jim Snyder, one of the most kind gentlemen I have ever come across in all the decades of sports. When a player would come out, and Ken would know this, when a player would come out of the game, he would take the player's warm-up jacket and put it over his shoulders and just pat him on the back. Regardless, it didn't matter whether the player is doing well, if he was struggling, whatever the case may be. Jim Snyder was great. Harry Huska, a legend with wrestling. Jerry France, I covered Ohio baseball for 4 years, and it was fantastic. First with Bill Wren and then with Jerry France. And these coaches have left, again, an impact on all of us who did just that. So thank you. Please join me in one more round of applause for our 2024 Distinguished Service Awards recipients. Our next series of awards, the longest running of the Alumni Association Awards, the Medal of Merit, which recognizes alumni who have achieved success in their chosen fields. This evening, it is our honor to add 3 exceptional Bobcats to this list, the first of whom is Ohio State Senator Vernon Sykes. Senator? Since earning his BBA in Management and Organizational Behavior in 1974, Ohio State Senator Vernon Sykes has dedicated 47 years, count them, 47 years to public leadership and advocacy. His career began with grassroots activism, serving with the United Neighborhood Council before transitioning to roles supporting the Summit County Criminal Justice Commission and representing Akron's 3rd Ward on City Council. As the longest-serving elected official among the current Ohio Black Legislative Caucus memberships, Senator Sykes has championed bipartisan policy initiatives in education, business, economic development, and civil rights. Wow, what a great idea. Bipartisan and agreement with both parties. Thank you, Senator, very much. Earned accolades for his advocacy, including awards from the National Association of Social Workers, Ohio AFL-CIO, the Ohio Alliance of Boys and Girls Clubs, among others. He celebrates the 50th anniversary of his graduation from Ohio University in 2024. Congratulations, Senator Sykes, enduring legacy as a progressive leader, educator, champion for social justice continues to inspire and uplift communities across Ohio and beyond. And before he delivers his own remarks, if Senator Sykes can stand up a little bit more praise, I'm going to ask Jen Bowie to come up and read a statement from his colleagues in the Ohio Senate. Jen?
Thanks, Chuck. Thanks to Tracy Carter for nominating Senator Sykes, and to our Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion for requesting a statement from the Ohio Senate. So Russell, thank you for doing that. Senator Sykes, for exemplary distinction, on behalf of the members of the Senate of the 135th General Assembly of Ohio, we are pleased to commend Senator Vernon Sykes on being presented with a 2024 Medal of Merit awarded by Ohio University. An esteemed alumnus of Ohio University, as a member of the class of 1974, you have tirelessly contributed your time and energy to transform your community and help elevate the state of Ohio. And you are deserving of the Medal of Merit for your impressive efforts as a longtime member of the Ohio General Assembly, currently representing the 28th Senate District. You have previously held positions with the Ohio House of Representatives and the Akron City Council, and your legacy as an advocate for such important issues as redistricting reform, early childhood education, the affordability of higher education, combating child abuse, and preventing housing discrimination has been an example of purposeful citizenship. You have brought a wealth of compassion to your meaningful endeavors that merits praise, and in striving to improve society, you have earned the respect of all who have benefited from your experience, vision, and dedication. We are certain that your unparalleled commitment to excellence has inspired others, and we are proud that your stalwart initiatives have become the standard of your fellow Ohioans to follow. Thus, it is with sincere satisfaction that we commend you on receiving Ohio University's 2024 Medal of Merit and count you among the ranks of Ohio's finest citizens. Signed by Senator Matt Hoffman, President of Ohio Senate, and Senator Nikki Antonia, Minority Leader.
And now that I know that I don't have to adhere to that 2-minute time limit, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank my fellow Ebony Bobcat, Tracy Carter, for her nomination, and the Alumni Association for selecting me to receive this award. As a youth, I participated in the Great Society's Upward Bound program, a federal program that supports and encourages students to attend college. The program introduced me to possibilities that I could be explored by just obtaining a college education. Through it, I secured an East Ohio Gas scholarship, and for 4 years, they financed my tremendous adventure here at Ohio University. Receiving that letter of acceptance, accepting me into the Ohio University family in 1969 was my first step to discovering so many opportunities. I could not have imagined just how much the trajectory of my life would be influenced by the OU experience. The experience, the skills, the knowledge that I acquired gave me a strong foundation for future development. Earning a bachelor's degree in organizational behavior, being employed as a work-study student at the Athens Mental Health Facility, serving as vice president and Dean of Pledges of Alpha Phi Fraternity, of which I'm still an active member of the Akron Alumni Chapter. Co-chairing the Miss Bronze pageant, beauty pageant, with my fellow Bobcat, Roy Manley. If you can believe it, it was held in this auditorium years ago. I certainly benefited from the public discourse and trappings of living on campus of a world-class institution. OU was and still is a rich marketplace of different cultures and ideas. I was on campus during the Vietnam War, and I can recall sitting in OU's wrestling team. I was only with the wrestling team. Just want to make that clear. I practiced with them, and I wanted to be on the team, but you know what I mean? I had to qualify that. And we were in a dormitory lobby watching a televised lottery, drawing our draft numbers. I can recall being on the college green with all of the war demonstrations. So this is a very critical part of my life, the development of it and the exposure in my life, and I certainly appreciate it. But the most importantly, OU equipped me to further my education. The education I obtained here opened doors that led me to a lifelong career in public service and higher education. In addition to the bachelor's degree in business administration and organizational behavior here, I went on to Wright State University and have a master's in social and applied economics, and Harvard at the Kennedy School. I have a master's in public administration, and the University of Akron. I have a PhD in public administration. With the deepest gratitude, I thank you for welcoming me back here to this home base. To remind me of what a special privilege it is to be a Bobcat, for the positive contribution that you've made to my life, and for this prestigious recognition. I'd also like to, since I don't want to get outdone, I want to recognize my wife, Barbara, and my family for their support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and once again, congratulations, Senator Sykes. Our next Medal of Merit recipient is Paula Tolliver, hailing from Nelsonville, Ohio. Paula started her academic journey at Hocking College before earning her BBA in Computer Systems from Ohio University in 1986. She really has done a magnificent job. She ascended to the pinnacle of corporate leadership, serving as Chief Information Officer at Dow and Intel. Her leadership, strategic acumen, instrumental in the company's business portfolio. Tolliver's influence extended to Intel, where she assumed the role of CIO in 2016, leading a team of more than 7,000 IT professionals, managing a budget of $1.6 billion. Okay. Tolliver's achievements have earned her accolades such as the Alumni's Achievement in Business Awards from Ohio University's College of Business in 2021. She continues with her expertise to the academic realm as a member of the College of Business Executive Advisory Board. Please join in congratulating our Medal of Merit winner, Paula Tolliver. Paula.
Clearly, I need to get some green clothes, green wardrobe, green dress. Beautiful tribute to the university. So I've got to look for that. I am honored, really honored to be here tonight to not only to receive the recognition for what I've done with the education that all of you have given me, but also honored to be with all the Bobcats in the room that are achieving great things. I'm so impressed by everybody sitting around me. My time at Ohio University was also very special. Not only did I receive a great education, so I want to thank the alumni for recognizing that, and recognizing my achievements, but the university at large and the College of Business for giving me the educational foundation that my career and success was built on. And not only the education in the classroom, but also the experiences outside the classroom and all the support and camaraderie and fun that you're able to have here. It just set the foundation and launched me on my way to go out into the world and do the things that I've been able to do. I also have to be very thankful for the other part of my foundation, which was growing up in that little small town, Nelsonville, Ohio, just north of here. Most of you probably drove through it on your way to campus. But growing up in that community with my parents, Margie and Darrow, that instilled the importance of being a good human being, doing the right thing, making sure as well that you work hard and to not forget your value system. So along the way, I have to say that that foundation that Ohio University gave me, along with the community that I grew up in, really helped guide me through my life, and I'm very thankful for that. And then with that journey, I then joined some great corporations, both Dow AgroSciences, Dow, and Intel, that opened the world to me. And I'm so extremely grateful to have lived and worked all over the world. The experiences that I've had, the people that I've met and worked with, the wonderful places that I've been able to see around the world, and all of the wonderful experience and knowledge that I was able to accumulate from putting in that hard work and being exposed and given the opportunities that I was given by those institutions and also by those corporations. So extremely thankful for that. And when I was out in that world, one of the challenges, not only rainbows come with some of those challenges, but being a female in the technology field, an emerging field, I was often alone in the leadership ranks. And I am so grateful for the mentors, my friends, my support network, and so forth, and all of the wonderful family and friends that I accumulated on my journey that supported me throughout those challenging times and also celebrated with me in all those wonderful times, like we're all doing here tonight with each other's accomplishments. But to my delight tonight, and I have to comment on this, one of the mentors that are here tonight, and I did not know that they were going to be here, was awarded in the softball team that won the state championship or the national championship, Corrine Brown. And I want to mention her because while I was at Hawking College, dabbling in computer science, because I thought it was something that I would want to do, she's the one that approached me and said, "You really have to go deeper into this field. You need to go to Ohio University." And it's people like that along the way that influence, and all the faculty here from Ohio University, that many of you that have given me also a lot of support along the way, that I'm extremely grateful for, and I wouldn't be here tonight without that. So thank you, Corrine Brown, out there. And just to wrap it up, I recently retired, and now I am doing board work and advisory work, and also doing some venture capital, and I still love doing all that. But now I'm focusing more of my time giving back to the community, and also working with the university, and focusing my energy on giving back and also on philanthropy. So I look forward to seeing you all more often. And again, thank you so much for the recognition tonight.
Once again, congratulations, Paula. Our next Medal of Merit recipient is Keith Wandell. Since entering his BBA at Ohio U, 72, Keith's journey in business leadership has been remarkable. As CEO of Harley-Davidson, my broadcast partner, Bill Wennington, three-time NBA champ, actually rides a Harley-Davidson, so I have to tell him we met. From 2009 to 15, orchestrated a remarkable turnaround, revitalizing the company, positioning itself for sustained growth. His tenure at Johnson Controls, he served as COO, president from 2006 to 2009, and he's got great leadership. His commitment to Ohio is evident through his philanthropic and unwavering support, contributions to Select Leaders program, including funding of a quarter of its resources and endowing it with a $2.5 million gift. In recognition, Ohio University gave Keith the award for achievement in business from the College of Business in 2022. His leadership, his generosity, commitment to excellence, the spirit of leadership, leaving a legacy of inspiration and empowerment at Ohio University and beyond. Let's welcome and join me in congratulating Keith Wandell. Keith.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate the introduction, and I too have many fond memories of being at Ohio University, and like Vernon was here during the Vietnam War, and when the school was shut down had to finish our classes at home in the summer and all those sorts of things. And I do remember the night where we went through the lottery and everybody, I was over at Grover Center and they had it on a big TV screen, and everybody was nervous about what their number was going to be. Mine was 183, I'll never forget. But anyhow, I'd like to thank also the Ohio University Alumni Association for the Medal of Merit Award. It's truly an honor, much like everyone else who's received them this evening, and I'm humbled to receive the award. I'd like to thank Jackie Reese-Ulmer, Jen Trexler, Hugh Sherman, Tim and Tammy Reynolds. Tim and Tammy were instrumental in sort of starting the relationship with Deb and I and what we've been able to do with the university. And I'd also like to thank Ryan O'Connor and Jesse Holtz. They've all been certainly an integral part of what we've done here. As I was growing up, I watched my father's career, and I knew at a very early age that what I wanted to do was I wanted to run a company. I didn't know what that meant, didn't know what it was involved, but that was my inspiration. And the education that I received at Ohio University was really a growing experience for me and allowed me to gain a much broader and deeper understanding of business principles and help prepare me for the real world. And as my career progressed, I was often able to sort of lean on my learnings and experiences at OU to help me through some, tough times, difficult situations. But some years later, I learned that the one differentiator of any great organization is great leadership. And I spent a good part of my career learning to be a better leader, and more importantly, providing others with leadership development opportunities. Deb and I are honored to be able to support the Keith and Deb Wandell Leadership Development Program here in the School of Business. And for the fact that the graduates carry the moniker of the Wandell Leadership Fellows. We were lucky enough to have lunch again today with several of the students that are in the program. It just is unbelievable how great, these, I call them kids because they're all younger than our kids, but it just touches our heart every time we're able to meet with these folks and see what they're doing. Tim Reynolds, I think was actually the one that nominated me for the award, and in his letter of recommendation said that our alumni gate encourages us to enter and grow in knowledge, wisdom, and love, and to depart and serve our fellow individual, country, and God. It's my sincere hope that not only have I grown in wisdom and knowledge, but that Deb and I are providing an opportunity for others to depart and serve and help others to become great leaders. Again, thank you very much for this honor.
Thank you, Keith, and congratulations again. Let's give one more round of applause for Ohio's 2024 Medal of Merit recipients. And at this time, I'd like to welcome Ohio University President Dr. Lori Stewart Gonzalez to the stage to help introduce our final award of the evening. Pleasure being with you. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Chuck. You've been a phenomenal MC tonight, and we appreciate you being here, and I really appreciate your love of all things Ohio University, so thank you. This is only my second Ohio Alumni Awards, and it's special for a couple of reasons. It's my annual Wear a Dress Day. That's really important. But really, it's an opportunity for me to hear the stories of Bobcats and to understand how meaningful the experiences are for our graduates and for our students. So it's been an honor to hear the stories and to be a part of this process. When you hear these stories, it just makes your commitment to come to work every day and try to do a good job to make a difference. So I appreciate that very much. For those of you who came back home to Athens, welcome back home, and we're so glad you're here. Just keep in mind the magic of the university and the city. So, as you know, we have one final award to celebrate this evening, and that's our 2024 Alumnus of the Year. The award is presented annually to a graduate who's demonstrated exemplary achievement in their profession and shown remarkable devotion to Ohio University. This year's recipient, as you will see and hear, is the very personification of these traits. As I was reflecting on this person's incredible accomplishments, as well as the countless times he said yes to serving Ohio University as an alumni leader, I was reminded of the words of our gateway: enter to learn and depart to serve. These words are so true to the spirit of Ohio University that when we revisited our university mission this past year, we landed on a mission that echoed that phrase. And our Alumnus of the Year is such a great example of that. Someone who embraced the Ohio experience and who goes above and beyond to give back in every way. After earning his Bachelor of Science in Physical Education from Ohio's Patton College of Education and a Master of Science from Ohio State University, Dell Robinson launched a career marked by leadership and innovation. He has left an indelible mark as a senior consultant with Spellman Johnson, where he led the firm's athletics practice. His experience spans 25 years, including roles such as Commissioner of the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, Vice Chair of the NCAA Division II Collegiate Commissioner Association, and Chair of the Division II Football Committee. His commitment to fostering diversity and excellence in sports education is exemplified by initiatives such as the Dell Robinson Scholarship for Inclusive Excellence in Sports Administration, a testament to his dedication to creating opportunities for underrepresented communities. Dale has consistently worked to strengthen ties between Ohio University and its alumni, having served on the OUAA board from 2002 to 2008, where he also served as chair, Ohio Board of Trustees from 2017 to 2019, and Alumni Association Board of Directors from 2002 to 2009. In 2014, he was awarded an Ohio University Alumni Association Distinguished Service Award, and in 2017, he received the Sports Management Undergraduate Distinguished Alumni Award. He is a lifetime member of the 1804 Society and serves on the College of Business Executive Advisory Board. Most recently, Dale was named as the new Executive Director of the AECOM Sports Center for Sports Administration in the College of Business. Now, we'd like to share a special video in honor of Dale and his accomplishments, featuring some of his biggest fans.
If I try to remember all of the different positions and roles that Dale has served in professionally, I know I'm going to miss something. Dale has served in so many different capacities in his profession in sports administration, and certainly as a former athlete, being a wrestler and a football player at Benedictine High School, being a football player at Ohio University, it was a path that was natural for him based on his leadership skills and abilities to rise to those levels.
What sticks out in my mind about Dale's career in collegiate athletics is he was one of the first people that I knew to pursue that as a career.
The College of Business picked up, it was called the Department of Sports Administration. This program was nationally ranked. So when the college inherited this program, we wanted to make sure that we were developing it and maintaining it. We started asking people about bringing together people to be part of an advisory board. The name that kept coming to the top of the list was this person who I didn't know, who was Dale Robinson. And Dale Robinson, as you know, had an incredible career in the collegiate sports industry.
He is a forward-thinking leader. He cares about strategy and making certain that we're engaging and connecting and inspiring alumni at the highest levels. And we always talked about how do we get more people under the tent, if you will. And he helped to lead that.
He is ever present as it relates to Black alumni, Ohio University, and really being a cheerleader for the university. Dale is deserving of the Alumnus of the Year award because he is fully dedicated to giving back to Ohio University.
Dale Robinson has been involved in helping our students through the sports program, but also being on the executive advisory board. He's been involved with the foundation and as a national board of trustee. And now he's coming back, helping us to build one of the top programs in the country to be even better.
He is the prototype for what an outstanding graduate does for a university. He stays involved with Ohio University, be it mentoring and coaching students, with his fraternity, the Qs, with his service with alumni engagement, the Ebony Bobcat Network, and he is proud of and is loved. He's gone on and represented Ohio University through his professional life.
I want to say congratulations to my friend. Dale, I've known you for 40 years now, and we both have seen each other grow from high school students to undergraduate students, to members in our fraternity, and to engaged alums giving back to our alma mater.
He is what I would consider to be a model alum.
He always manages to find time to come back and to help, come back to engage, come back to support and advise.
It's an example of what we all can do to support the university, to support students, and to make sure that we are continuing to pay our experience forward for the next generation.
If every school had a Dale Robinson, they would all be the better. His many roles over the years have proven that he is fully deserving of being the Alumnus of the Year, and we couldn't be more proud of everything that he's done for Ohio University and more grateful for what he's done for us as graduates.
I want to say a personal congratulations to you, Dale. You really deserve this award. You've put in so much to the university, and I even look forward to the contributions you're going to make to helping our students in the future.
Please join me in congratulating our 2024 Alumnus of the Year, Mr. Dell Robinson.
Isn't it amazing? Good evening, everyone. It's an incredible honor to stand before you tonight as Ohio University's Alumnus of the Year. This moment is not just a celebration of my achievements, but a reflection of the community that has shaped me. Though my academic roots are in education, I must also acknowledge the College of Business, where my career since has expanded. This college has been my home as I pursued new opportunities, brought my skills, and entered a new phase of professional growth. The College of Business has given me the tools to lead, innovate, and succeed in ways I've never thought possible. I'm grateful for the collaborative spirit of both the Patton College of Education and the College of Business, which has helped me forge a diverse and fulfilling career. Tonight, this honor is not mine alone. It belongs to the Patton College of Education for shaping my early years, and to the College of Business for expanding my horizons, and to Karen Bailey, the nominator, who believed in me, who nominated me for this award. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you, Ohio University, for providing such a rich and transformative experience. I am forever grateful to this university. It's an extraordinary honor to be named Ohio University's Alumnus of the Year, and standing here tonight brings back countless memories of the people who have played pivotal roles in my journey. First, I'd like to thank Gary Neiman, the former chair of the Department of Sports Administration, for inviting me to be a guest lecturer. That's often when it all starts. That invitation was a turning point for me, reminding me of the power of giving back to the next generation. Sharing my experiences with current students allowed me to reconnect with my roots and to reflect on how much I owe this institution. A huge thanks to my friend, and I wish she could be here, but she is overseas in Egypt, and many of us know her, Kim Fox. She was a constant connection to Ohio University's alumni community. Kim, for her invitations to alumni functions, and she ensured that I stayed connected and reminded me that the Bobcat family was a lifelong commitment. I also want to thank Tom Bay, former athletic director of Ohio University, and Chuck Emmerich, a former trustee. I will never forget the time they surprised me on my interview for the MAC, and they invited me to alumni function. They took me there in a limo. It was more than just a ride. When I got into the limo, Chuck Emmerich looked at me and said, "I hear you're a pretty important Bobcat, and I need to say to you, you're gonna get this job, and you're coming back to Cleveland, right?" His eyes were blue as the sea, and I can remember him sitting across from me, and he had so much passion, and it was so important for him to try to bring me into the position. I was gonna say yes anyway. A special thanks to Pat Ackerman, whose words about the importance of giving have stayed with me. She told me it was one time that I lauded over her gift that she had given. And people that know Pat know that she can have a great delivery, but it's not only the delivery, it's the 3 to 5 seconds that she looks after you, and you know that she's very serious. I talked to her about that gift, and she said, "You need to concentrate on what your gift will be. That simple yet profound advice shifted my perspective on giving and fundraising, reminding me that it's not about the size of the gift, but about the impact that it can have. I'm awful grateful to John Sassani, former alumni board chair, who once told me I was brought along when they wanted to change the board in many ways. And he's reminded me of that on many occasions. John, your confidence in me during that time was deeply encouraging and inspiring. I'd like to recognize Hugh Sherman, who, as the Dean of the College of Business, invited me to serve on the COB Executive Advisory Board. His belief in my contributions to the business world and to Ohio University strengthened my commitment to giving back. The biggest thing about Hugh is that he took advice from Gary Neiman, who knew that I came back for that guest lecture. I started my time as being commissioner of the GLIAC. He called me probably year to date as I first got there to say, do you want to be on the EAB? I couldn't do it at that time. 1 year later, he called again in his persistence. And that time I did say yes. Finally, a heartfelt thank you to Jessica Storm Steele, who took a visit to Bay City, Michigan to talk about the endowment and highlighted the long-term impact of supporting future generations. I learned at that moment about giving and legacy. She provided clarity and ease on the notion that she said that evening, you need to understand, Dale, everybody can give, and we're here to talk about how you're going to give. Special thank you to Dr. Rod McDavis, who at pivotal points helped guide my career, personally and professionally. To the men of Omega Psi Phi who gave me my first platform to lead and have provided continued support and uplift continuously along the way. To my sister Brenda, who sits in the front row, and her husband Dennis. Thank you very much. She is the glue of our family. They have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to allow me to keep family issues at bay and to lead and be with you the many times that I've been with you. On those countless trips, I've never had to worry about our mom or anybody else, that she always had it taken care of. Each of these moments and each of these individuals has contributed to my success and my lasting connection to Ohio University. I'm deeply grateful to be a part of this community. It is with great joy and honor that I stand before you and let you know I'm here to give back, to serve our students, and dreams have no deadlines. OU?
Thank you, and congratulations, Dell, and congratulations to each of tonight's honorees. Please join me in one more round of applause for all of these extraordinary Bobcats. I thought maybe they were going to bark, and they didn't. So, okay. Thank you, Damon. And that concludes our 2024 Ohio University Alumni Awards ceremony. Thank you all for being part of tonight's celebration of this singular place. Thank you for coming home to the rolling hills and red bricks of Athens. Thank you for all you do for our community, for your communities, and thank you for sharing your affection for Ohio University. Each of you exemplifies what it means to be forever Ohio. For those of you heading to Baker Center and who wish to walk through Memory Lane, also known as College Green, there will be some students outside to help lead the way. For those of you who would like a ride to Baker Center, you may exit through the doors to my right to board the shuttle. And to all of you, thank you again for sharing this memorable evening with us. Happy homecoming, and go Bobcats.